I've never been to a Universal Studios park, and Tori hasn't since she was much younger. Given that the park in Osaka is home to the first ever Super Nintendo World, you better believe that Tori insisted on adding it to our itinerary. Come along with us as we spend a couple of fun-filled days at Universal Studios Japan. After taking the train over to the City Walk area, we dropped our bags at the hotel and made our way directly into the park. Walking in, you are greeted with a grand entrance. The music is playing and you can't help but get excited. We were able to purchase in advance our 2-day tickets directly from the Universal Studios ticketing site. However, we purchased the express pass from Klook.com. After wandering around the park a bit and just taking everything in, we found ourselves in the Minions section of the park. Because we were there in the spring, everything was decorated for Easter. For our first ride, we chose Minion Mayhem. In this ride, you are transformed into minions and go through minion training via a ride vehicle in a large projector room. It was super cute and the ride queue was very well themed. We spent the rest of the first day walking around and getting to know the park a bit more. We rode the Jurassic Park ride, Very Wet, and after lunch took in the Universal Monsters Rock and Roll Show, which was both fun and bizarre. Speaking of lunch, we decided to try Louie's New York Pizza Parlor in the New York section of the park. You can either order slices in a set with a soft drink, or you can do like we did and order a full pizza. It's a bit pricey at 4,200 yen, but it works out at a better price per slice this way. And we had some adult beverages instead of the soft drinks. Here's a Japan theme park tip. Claim a seat before you order. We learned this the hard way when we noticed people placing a random item on tables before getting in line. Things like a bottle, a pen, glasses, headband, or even a single tissue. It's wild.
Oh wow. Oh, those are fun. There you go. Proper ears. Good. Look at the plates.
Yeah.
How cute is that? I thought it was like a stamp or something. Like a cutout thing. Yeah. Those are adorable.
It's so fluffy, I could die. It's so fluffy. The park has no shortage of themed shops, for each land and often for individual attractions. Lots of fun merchandise you can purchase. Also, as you walk through the park, keep your eyes out for characters. They pop up all over the place and you never know who you're going to see. Before dinner, we headed back to our hotel, Park Front Hotel. And as the name implies, it's about as close as you can get to the park without actually being in the park. The rear exit of the building is only a few steps from the entrance. We stayed in a superior city view room with huge windows overlooking the City Walk area. We really enjoyed our stay here and we'll share more about it in our future Japan Hotels video. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. For dinner, we stepped out into City Walk and enjoyed a nice dinner at Hard Rock Cafe. It's pretty standard fare and atmosphere for this chain restaurant. It wasn't anything special, to be honest. It's become a bit of a tradition for us to look for and visit a Hard Rock when we travel. We took a quick walk through the studio store and City Walk before heading back to the room. Much like in the Disney parks, they really enjoy a good themed headband here. The next morning, we were up early and had a lovely breakfast at the hotel buffet before heading back to the parks. First thing on the agenda was heading to Flying Dinosaur. The ride sports one of the longest wait times in the park, and it was already creeping up to an hour as soon as we entered the park. I let Tori do this one on her own, so she entered the single rider line. This roller coaster suspends you in a prone position from above. According to Tori, this is one of the best roller coasters she's ever ridden. So if you visit, make sure to check it out. Afterwards, we took a spin on the amazing adventure of Spiderman. This is a dark ride with 3D glasses that takes you on an adventure following Spiderman as he takes on villains like Electro and Dr. Octopus. It was a ton of fun.
Venom. Yeah.
After waiting in a very, very, very long queue for the Hollywood Dream Coaster, over 2 hours, first and last time I will do that, we headed back to the Jurassic Park area to get lunch at Discovery Restaurant. The highlight here was this absolutely delicious volcano cake with berry and dragon fruit sauce. Right before lunch, we discovered that Tori had made a pretty big mistake. She thought she had purchased 2 of the express passes for the day, but we found out we only had 1. We tried the lottery to win an extra timed entry to Super Nintendo World, but unfortunately didn't have any luck there. So after the parade, I headed back to the hotel for a bit of rest and relaxation while Tori wrapped up the afternoon in the park. This parade is called the No Limits Parade, and it was incredible. They have a mid-parade dance break, they shoot out themed confetti, like little minion faces, and good luck getting this catchy tune out of your head. Tori had a bit of time before her timed entry to Super Nintendo World, so she caught a showing of the Water World Stunt Show. I believe this is the same show you'll find at Universal Studios in California. Very well done and a lot of fun. Finally, after more than a year of anticipation, Tori finally got to step foot in Super Nintendo World. She had an outstanding time, and we are going to share more about it in next week's video, where we will talk a bit more about both the super and not so super bits of this expansion to the park. Finally, to wrap up the day, Tori had one last express pass, Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. So a quick walk back over to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. This dark ride is the same as in Florida. It's a ride using a robotic arm mounted to a roller coaster track. It takes you through several different scenes from the movies. It was both spooky and entertaining. We hope you've enjoyed this video. Join us next week when we break down Super Nintendo World. Please remember to click that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on our future adventures.